As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. Good fellas, wise guys.
Tony Sirico, who played the often hilarious role of Paulie Walnuts Gualtieri on the hit HBO series The Sopranos, passed away on July 8, 2022 at an assisted living facility in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sirico, who was 79 at the time of his death, died from unknown causes, but his longtime manager told reporters Sirico had been suffering from dementia the past few years. Tony Sirico, birth name Gennaro Anthony Sirico Jr., was born July 29, 1942, and grew up in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, which was flooded with mafioso during those years, so it wasn't much of a surprise when it was revealed Sirico had ties to the Colombo crime family and did work under Colombo boss at the time, Carmine Jr. Persico. It's said between 1960 and 1970, Sirico had been arrested 28 times for crimes including robbery, assault, and more. Sirico once told the LA Times, quote, "I was a pistol packing guy." Sirico claimed the first time he went to prison, he was searched for a gun and he had 3 guns on him, and when asked why he was carrying, he told police he lived in a bad neighborhood. It was reported that Sirico signed on to the Sopranos cast under the one condition his character wasn't going to be a rat. Telling reporters, "I come from the streets. I've been in the army, I've been everywhere. I wouldn't play a rat if you put a gun to my head, and if you put a gun to my head, you better empty it." In 1967, Sirico went to prison for robbing an after-hours club in Brooklyn and served 13 months. Sirico was arrested at a restaurant on February 27, 1970, and was found with a .32 caliber revolver on him. He was then indicted in 1971 on coercion, extortion, and felony weapons possession, and was convicted and sentenced to 4 years, which he would serve 20 months of at Sing Sing prison. Sirico is said to have owned a discotheque in Manhattan and had pending charges for possession of a dangerous drug. In one episode of 48 Hours Mystery: The Last Take, Sirico's past would come back to him after Sirico's name was mentioned regarding the murder of Christina Helm in 1977. The episode mentioned Sirico was involved in some way, but was only wanted for questioning as a witness. Sirico in his day was said to have a reputation as an enforcer, robber, and driver for various Colombos. It's also said after the books were reopened in 1970, Sirico was offered to be made but declined. Sirico was labeled a menace to society by prosecutors and once threatened to carve his initials in one man's forehead. Sirico went by the street name Junior and was first arrested at 7 years old for stealing nickels from a newsstand. Sirico was also shot in the leg and back while sitting on a stoop in Brooklyn for kissing another Irishman's girl who was said to have ties to the Lucchese crime family. He referred to himself as a stick-up artist during his time in the streets and claims he was robbing every nightclub in New York City. He said he would disguise himself wearing wigs and mustaches when committing his crimes. It's said Sirico first gave acting a shot while in prison after being approached by an ex-convict acting group. After his transition into acting, Sirico would appear in the hit mob films Goodfellas, Mickey Blue Eyes, Witness to the Mob, Mob Queen, Copland, the 1996 Gotti film, the Godfather trilogy, and many more great films and TV shows.